pace of Nisha on the farming pace. Like, they're gonna run at him.
Yeah.
We talked about it coming from the mid laner. The Gyro's gonna participate in this as early as like 6-7 minutes.
I'm gonna need to see Kuroki step up. Like, not as a captain, not as a drafter, but as just an individual player.
Make big plays.
He has to get things done. It's a tough game. He's gonna have a rough laning phase, but he represents so much pickoff potential. It's him who's gonna really enable the Wisp Gyro. He needs to help mid and get a couple kills in the TA. So, you know, he wants to be at his 10th TI. I think it's got to start with some plays right now.
All right, well, let's see how this series will kick itself off and who takes the first game. We're going to find out together with our commentary team of Fogged and OD Pixel.
Why, thank you, Sheev. Yes, we have Team Secret versus Team Nigma, and I am here joined by the beautiful OD Pixel Pillow. Owen, you there? Can I hear you? Can you hear me? Oh, there he is. Yep. Yeah, I'm pretty hyped up for this one. I haven't gotten to see too much Lone Druid, and I think this Razor pick actually makes a lot of sense, right? It's good versus both of the cores in a way, and do it throughout the game, throughout the lane also. Of course, TA has gotten a bit better versus that Razor in the matchup since you do play more of that farm game, but can definitely see what Nigma's going for this constant fighting. But I think Secret has their own approach to this because we've got this very like quick, very strong lanes that can also collapse on Roche very easily. So yeah, I'm really interested to see what's going to go down and how much battling we're going to get.
The battle begins.
They got them all. They sure did. They set themselves up really nice. It was such a quick opener the way they actually just ran up into the high ground. So just asserting their dominance right away. Like it. And this, so the thing about this, I've seen them a couple times now playing with this IO. We got to watch a lot during the DPC. Of course, it started getting banned a lot, but GH is very active with his movements. Like I'm pretty sure even though he is playing this like babysitter for this Gyrocopter, we could see him make rotations onto mid lane to help out Miracle. Since he is versus that TA, could definitely see a little bit of a collapse coming out. Yeah, I think it's really good just because it's good versus both of the matchups, versus the Lone Druid and versus that TA. Also, you can build pretty good, you can build very like kind of these defensive supportish kind of items to help out your Gyrocopter. Like Halberd is incredibly effective this game since you see that TA, you see the Lone Druid as well. Could definitely see him go for something like that. I actually think they're both kind of just going to be able to farm, because Io's going to give that extra sustain, so sometimes Battle Hunger and the Snapfire like pressure can be annoying, but I think Io counteracts that, and I think on the other side, he's got Enchantress. So for the most part, Puppey should be able to secure that lane, and Puppey's actually going to start bullying Kuro a little bit, as, you know, we do see that pull behind the tower right away, so it's going to trade some right clicks. So Kuro's actually going to have to drag it into the tower. See what Puppey's up to here. Gonna start putting the pressure on. He's got the Harpy. My Control gonna eat a lot of damage here between this one. A couple extra nukes. Same thing for Kuro. This is a pretty devastating creep. Puppey now starting to deny his own sentry so he can open up the availability of that camp. Since the wave is already kind of forcing into their side, he wants to have that available in the next minute. I'm mostly staring at mid because right now it's pretty even. Yep. In the past, it used to be a pretty Razor-favored matchup, but now, exactly like BSJ was saying, you just rush boots immediately. Like, right away on these TAs, he starts the quelling, so he gets a little bit extra damage to start, and then he gets boots, so he won't only get drained a little bit here. Actually continues to drain, so 45 drain, but he's still got a decent amount of damage to work with. He's got something. Yeah. It's definitely gonna be eyes on, like, yeah, gotta be eyes on Yapsor right now. Yep. He's gotta be a little careful.
Muốn giết một con rồng máu phải
It'll be
chạy
okay.
thành sông.
He's going to get a side pull off, a big one too. It's a stacked camp. So GH is trying to stop it, and he's going to eat quite a bit of pressure himself here. But that's going to be a very big wave that just effectively is going to get denied from those creeps. So they're actually just trying to run him down. They have 10 stick charges, so trying to actually maybe potentially get the kill on side, but Cookie's forced.
Is a great conductor.
Yep. Yaps are starting to get the stacks going for the TA. So we're going to have double stacks around the Ancient and that hard camp. So yeah, Nisha, it's going to, sure, he's a little bit behind at the start here, but he's going to be able to power farm a lot faster than this Razor. So it's going to be up to Miracle to really make moves to invade or look to pressure other side lanes to get ahead.
Is obviously bottom, GH and RTW playing very much holding each other's hands here.
It's very important too, the barrier does get quite a bit stronger for these levels, so mind control, his lane gets harder, I feel like. Yeah. I wonder if they actually maybe give Zai some of these stacks down bottom. I know they probably want to give them mostly to the TA, but Axe also needs to have a game. So there's a little bit of an overlap there that they do have quite a bit of heroes that do want to rely onto those jungle creeps at some point in the game. So we'll see how they decide to distribute it as bottom. Yapsor again getting very low. But he's got to
be able to take down. Yeah. Well, the missile not going to pose too much of a threat, and they know that. Of course, only playing with the 1 point in the missile in this laning stage, not putting anything more into that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wonder if they actually skip the point in it because they are playing versus that matchup that can just kill it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because you usually
at least
play...
you're making him use it. If he's shreddering the missile, he's not shreddering you.
But he's getting the gold, dude. It's 50 gold. It's pretty valuable.
I mean, that's true. 50 gold.
But you know, sometimes we do see these Gyros playing more of this farmy type of game, and you see them maybe maxing like the flat cannon early on. But I don't think that's the style that Nigma really wants this game. I think this is going to be a very battle-heavy approach from them this time around, since they are playing versus these 3 greedy kind of cores that Secret's gone for. I think we are definitely going to look to see some collapse come out from this Gyrocopter very early on versus this TA.
No, definitely, yeah. They do not want to give Nisha the time to hit those fast early item timings. They want to force him to try and turn up. And they are, as you say, going to have that insane team fight around, mind control. Once he, when he gets to the 6, obviously he isn't going to be there too soon. I mean, both offlaners having a bit slower time when it comes to XP. As there we have it. And he's going to get caught out of position. Miracle's trying to get something in return. But Nisha Puppy Yaps are here. And this is looking like a pretty dead Razor. Nigma getting caught out around this mid lane as Secret are able to bring in the numbers and come in with the outplay.
Nice play by Puppy, using the Mud Golem that splits into the shards, get the 4x hurl boulders at the target too. That was very nicely done. As they both do meet up, they leave Zai alone on an island, as we do see happen quite a lot for them. And now they start looking to actually play around Nisha and look to actually maybe claim the enemy triangle a little bit here. So Nisha kind of farm over here nicely. Some good aggressive moves. And Matu, he's fine alone. As we said, he's been given the entire free lane, so he's loving life right now. Fight controlling level 4 on this Mars, and he's not going to have the same recovery outlet as Zai does, because Zai's got these stacks if he does want to work on them.
Extra stack up here on the Ancients. But absolutely, for Nigma, it's going to be all down to how hard they can bring the team fight once it's ready to go. As Secret, on the other hand, their heroes needing a few more items or so to really have that mid-game hit out of the laning stage that Nigma can have with their abilities alone. Kuro once again around the mid. This time he's got the backup. Miracle's in. Kuro's actually able to get the salve off as they turn. Nice moves here from Kuro as he lives only just. But he will manage to get out, and Nigma this time, they'll be the side to claim the kill.
Pretty cool actual thing that they're doing here as Secret, though. Like, they're using the traps aggressively into the triangle so that when Kuro walks over there to maybe get D-wards and there's an extra support, it's actually like 2 heroes are there because traps are just so powerful early on in the game. It's even that damage that they do come out with.
Nisha, indeed, able to continue to apply good pressure while still managing to maximize his farm here. Of course, no surprises, still top CS right now as the TA. as he's able to keep his efficiency very high.
What do we got here for the runes? Looks like it's gonna spawn top. Nisha gets a bit unlucky. Miracle. He's gonna be very happy because he does have that bottle, so he fills it back up. And now Puppey, he might be in some trouble.
He's looking pretty dead here. Kuro's found him. Miracle's going to come in for the glory. He might try for a neutral deny. It's not going to work. Miracle's got the nuke damage to take him down. There's another kill here around the mid. This time, Nigma, much better setup for any sort of movement. Sure, earlier we saw Secret come around this area. Now Nigma's definitely telling Secret they're prepared. If you come over here, we're ready to take you down.
Yeah, it looks like Yapzor maybe wants to start applying some pressure down toward bottom. Since ILTW is just alone down here, and it just leaves the opportunity for GH to run around, maybe they do want to start looking for this gyro. Missile comes out. He actually doesn't get the kill onto it here, so the call down, he's going to land on Zai.
Yep. They're going to have backup coming in as well. Miracle's in with the nuke. Zai's going to get taken out. Yapzor's trying for the TP, but they've got the damage. Nigma clean up both kills on the bottom lane. As always a little scary playing around. If you're that close to the tower, level 6 is on the gyro. If you don't lock him down, he's going to be able to set up for the turnaround there, and RTW does that excellently with the cooldown.
They're kind of invading the triangle right here too. Sakuroki actually smoked up. Now he's getting turned on from Puppey. Matu's turning up.
And he does have the backup of Matu and his bear, so Nisha, despite being linked pretty heavily there by Miracle, it's going to be fine. Matu's still trying to get the bear in onto GH, onto the side. Zai's got the cool control onto Kuro. Kuro's out. Matu's going to be able to continue to chase down GH. GH trying to tether the safety, but indeed these traps just all over the place, consistently slowing down Nigma. As soon as they sort of get in too deep, it's very hard to get back out of Secret's territory with the amount of traps they have laid down around this area.
Everybody rallies over. Like, Secret identity. They know how important this area is.
Look at Matu, guys.
And stacks, so. And Matu. He just wants to push him. Oh, he gets the root, but there's just a little bit of a love tap there.
I mean, Matu, yeah, he feels strong. He's had such a good time up top with the levels that he's picked up. He's on track for a good time in on the Maelstrom. He's ready to start running at Heroes. I mean, this is what we wanted to see from both teams already. Both sides showing that they are prepared to brawl. Nobody's dodging a fight here.
I mean, they absolutely have to. Like, we know at some point Secret, they're going to look to force that Roche really early. I was checking to see who's building a medallion for them. I think it's just going to be the Snapfire. So they've got the Meld, they've got the little Shredder, they've got all that to be able to go for it. And Nigma, they're going to know, and they're going to be able to fight around there. They have really strong team fight around the Roshan pit. That's going to be one of those big next targets that we are seeing. At least Matu continuing to play around this bottom side, giving Puppey some levels toward top, since Puppey is only level 3 right now in this Enchantress.
Mid.
Got the Lance already finished on Nisha, so this incredible long distance now that he can play versus the Razor is going to be really nice. I wonder if he actually goes for like the full Hurricane Pike potentially in this game, since he is playing versus the Razor. It actually has even better value than usual. We'll see if he does go that route, because usually you just go for your explosive damage anyway, and he is playing versus like IO Lion, so very squishy heroes that potentially he just wants to get the Deso and one-shot them, so...
Yes, I think as nice a sort of concept Hurricane Pike is, it's a lot of money for a 4-star funny carry hero rather early. So I think there's definitely a chance we might see it later, but I'd be surprised if Nisha gets it early.
Yeah, I agree. And there's ways that they can break the link, right? They have Savage Roar. This is actually one of the important things I didn't really get to touch on, but Savage Roar in this game, really effective versus the link, but also really effective versus Tether. Those Tether targets, you can break the Tether in some situations, and that can be a really big, powerful outlet that Secret could utilize. We do see Nigma rotating toward bottom to defend this tower.
Middle tower.
Yeah, and do you like this? You feel that Nigma, they should be in a position where they don't want to let this tower go down early to Secret?
Absolutely. They should look to fight every... you have a Gyro. You have a Gyro with the IO who's got Maelstrom already. Like, you're so buffed up from this magic amp that you get from the overcharge with Maelstrom too.
Oh, here we go, top.
And top, the reload.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to go straight for Puppey there. I mean, RTW, I don't know if they were needed, but, they smelt blood, and they wanted to be involved. So straight up to the top, and they do indeed. They get an objective off the back of it. So not just a support kill, this tier 1 tower will be falling. And of course, with the relocate being able to take them back, they're still in position to hold bottom. In fact, they're starting to poke onto Zai. Kisses coming out from the side, missile in onto Zai. Zai incredibly low. Miracle's ready to come out from the side. Matu gets the ult off, but the Link's there, forcing them back with a fear, but mind control. He's got the spear. That's going to be Matu gone. Secret, they're having to back off now with no lone druid. Secret are not in a position to fight Nigma as Nigma. They just diving in past the tower here, pushing Secret all the way back with the flat cannon. As Puppey, he might just die to this, and he does. Mind control's able to snipe him with the spear. Does end up dying for that effort though underneath the tower in return. So, well, we saw indeed Nigma just very feisty here, ready to bring the action. But maybe pushing on a little too far there, losing mind control for just securing
Radiant's
Puppy
middle
on top
tower
of it.
is under attack.
And it actually gives a lot of gold because Zai's the one who gets the kill. And I think Zai is super crucial right now to Secret being able to fight back because they need a way to initiate the fights. Right now, the only way of initiation is somebody charging in like the Lone Druid like that. So Zai getting enabled a bit closer toward his Blink Zai. Kuro trying to get close to him, but won't quite be able to. Some nice fights from Nigma, though. I like that they're just contesting, looking for all these active plays, because I think that's exactly what their lineup is about. You have this Gyro, you have this Io, you have this Mars. You're going to be able to fight constantly around it. Any of those cooldowns. And you have Razor. So Razor's one of those like really strong early fighters.
I see in terms of Matu's progression. What's he got coming out here? So yeah, but I mean, after the Maelstrom, what do you sort of expect from Matu on the Lone Druid nowadays? You still just going full in on the right click?
Yeah, I think the quite the build is like the usual one. Yep, you go for like this Mask of Madness, so your bear just destroys these towers. You get the super fast speed on it too, so it catches anyone. Top, Puppy again.
Well, there we go. I mean, yeah, GH and RTW, they want to make sure they're every time that Puppy goes down, mind control sets up again, and just making sure that RTW barely misses out on any action. 3-0-3, keeping this Gyro very high in terms of kill involvement.
There's a reason we usually see this IO banned out from GH. They're very good about playing the active relocates, as we are seeing already in this game, and we do see them defending all their towers. Top, we continue seeing mind control playing up here. They could get caught out. They have the blink on Zai.
They've got the jump. Mind control. Very, very dead hit. As, yeah, that arena's not going to do anything at all. He's already out.
That's quite a bit of time, too. It's 90 seconds that it's going to be on cooldown. So I feel like Secret, they're not really as cooldown dependent. They didn't use the kisses either. So Zai, I think he can look for another active play. You're not going to have to worry about that arena nearly as much now. You can definitely
they want to catch RTW and GH down bottom.
Yeah, they're going to swing more here, too. Is the Deso finished? Nisha's about to have Deso, too, so he can come join as well. He's level 14 already still in this TA.
Zai is going to go for the quick call onto Kuro underneath the tower. With the kisses coming in, Kuro's able to turn with the Hex and the stun, though. Zai's caught in the cooldown. RTW and GH running him down, and with the finger, they blow up Zai. The kisses from Yapso are not enough to bring down Kuro. As Zai goes in for the jump there, tries for Kuro close to the tower. Maybe not quite expecting RTW and GH to be that close in return, as once again, Nigma more than happy to take these fights that Secret bring them, even when Zai does get a jump.
I'm surprised they tried that without Nisha. Now that Nisha's here, they have tons of damage, but doing that without Nisha was, I mean, that was pretty bold there by Zai. Like, just two supports. The kisses are usually not really going to be enough unless you get, like, multiple different spins. You didn't know where the IO was, so
Dyer's middle
a little bit of over-aggression.
You know.
Yeah.
Mid tower goes down. Miracle has the space to take that. Definitely a bit of a slip up there from Secret, as Nigma just staying a step ahead so far.
Super ready for all these bottom pressure plays, too. Kuro gets spotted by a trap that he's finally found behind the tower, but he's got a ward in the lane now, too, so to be able to watch any of these aggressive moves that come down here, because they know Secret wants to get towers. You know, they have Lone Druid. It's 16 minutes. They haven't been able to really tap
they want
any
this
of them.
2-1.
They've actually lost two towers themselves when they have what you would look at as better of a pushing lineup. And now Mars ult's back up, so they didn't actually get any type of capitalization on that for Secret. That's no way are they actually? They're actually taking the Roche.
I like that. You don't expect
This
this.
is so
I don't think you
smart.
expect this if you're Secret. You're taking this away
really
from
like
a TA
this.
lineup. This is a big hit here from Nigma.
This is
yeah,
massive.
I don't think Secret expects this at all. You don't necessarily expect Gyro IO to go Roche this early in the game. This was all part of Secret's game plan to take, but Nigma's got it.
goodness.
Aegis here, 16 minutes in for RTW.
I can guarantee you anybody who looks at these two drafts would not say that Nigma gets the first Roche. That's such a heads-up play. He's so farmed. Like, Treads, Ags, Maelstrom already finished up on this Gyro. He's got some excellent timings. I like the GH actually goes for his medallion build this game rather than going the usual mech that we have seen. It actually works out perfectly just for them to be able to go for that. And they are playing versus this entire,
really nice.
you know, this whole minus armor draft also, so it makes a lot of sense for him to go for this medallion Solar Crest build-up.
And look at this bottom. Miracle and Kuro trying to set up the retreat. Miracle's got an arcane room ready for this fight. He's going to head straight in onto Puppy. I mean, Secret, you know, they're sort of showing some of themselves down here. But Nigma, again, they're just sort of coming and getting these kills. And it does still feel like that Secret, maybe especially after seeing that Roche go the way of Nigma, Secret, they've got to reassess the game plan here.
Absolutely. I think they need to just start bringing Nisha into the fray. I think he needs to maybe even get Blink Dagger first, and then they just need to start making plays with his TA to get them back in the game, because it's starting to look pretty rough. Like, Nigma's just starting to make all these heads-up moves, and it's easy for them. Zai makes the move bottom. Nisha's in the area.
They're going to have backup coming in. They're bringing in with the relocate. Zai's going to get burst before any action even comes into play.
Nisha doesn't have a blink yet. He can't get on top of him at the same time as the axe call, so they don't have the follow-up at the instant moment.
Mind Control trying to get in there for the catch onto Puppey. With the 4-star done, Puppey is able to make it out. But yeah, they keep trying for something down here on this bottom lane Secret. It's never working out for them. Nigma, they'll take the tower, they're getting the kills, 11-6, 3K lead. Nigma playing this just sort of lineup that they've entered the game in with perfectly, and it's definitely causing issues for what Secret wanted to do this game.
It's crippling Zai's game quite hard, honestly. He got a decent Blink Dagger timing, but without a good follow-up like Nisha with a Blink, he can't actually go for these kills. Now Nisha has Blink, and now they can actually do these type of call plays where they'll have some type of follow-up, but Nigma has been very prepared, and now they're starting to get pretty damn tanky. There's already a Talisman of Evasion on ILTW. There's already, like an S and Y and potentially a Plate Mill finished up on Miracle too. So 2 of these cores are going to be very tough for them to bring down. It's really going to only be Mind Control if they find him, if they are able to just instant burst him with those Blink follow-ups. So big concerning here for sure for Secret.
And you sort of look at the net worth difference in some of the cores, and sure, you say, he's only 1K behind that of Mind Control, but Mind Control, he's 2 levels ahead. He's level 12, and he's a Mars, right? I feel like even if they're at like the same level, Mars is just able to offer so much more in comparison to an Axe, that's a similar level of under-farmed.
Oh, absolutely, because their actual combo plays are what? It's like the Lone Druid's going to be able to beat on an Axe Call or something like that, but it's mostly going to be the TA and Snapfire. When you look at the lineup of Nigma, they have phenomenal follow-up with that Mars ultimate. They not only have the call down, they have everything that comes from the Razor, they have this Lion as well, so that's looking really good for them right now. And they even now have a Blink Dagger on the Lion too. Kuroki has somehow found all this farm. So he is huge. They have double forms of initiation. This is looking pretty tough right now.
I mean, and how much of a game does this look like in terms of a game where Matu can sort of just, play his own game, live the Lone Druid life, push out lanes, go for the split push, and end up sort of getting to the point where he is able to carry this? Like what sort of carry potential look like in this match for a Lone Druid?
It's not nearly as easy. It's going to be because this Link. That's why this Razor pick last was so damn good. Not only just because the lane versus the TA, but overall aspects of the game. Like linking a TA in a lot of situations isn't the most effective because of how quick her burst damage comes out. But a hero like Lone Druid, it's all about the long, drawn-out fights where his damage just starts ramping up. These roots keep coming out. If you're linked up on the bear, you're done. Like, you're not going to be able to actually fight at all. So Secret, they need something big really start to coming their way. They're going to look. Minute till Aegis gets replayed.
Anisha, he's sort of trapped onto the side here. Might not be in the arena, but he's been caught. He can't get out. He's sort of stuck in the corner. That's Nisha out. Let's see if Secret can do anything in return. And Matu's trying to send the pair. And of course, RTW, he still has that Aegis. Miracle's been able to get round, wrap round onto Yapzor. Stop for Kuro, lined up onto the 2 of them. Catches Puppey, catches Matumba, man. They will lose Mike John. Matu's able to push them back in time with the fear. And the bear, is going to suffer here as RTW Miracle run down the bear. 300 gold there going the way of RTW. Matu and Side time to head into the trees, having to back off. As, Miracle nearly catching him there actually with the field. Kuro, he's looking in for the side.
Trying.
I mean, Zai was TPing out, but he actually cancelled his TP. Maybe seeing an opportunity to fight back here. Get the battle hunger off onto Kuro. He has got TP backup, so indeed Zai holding his ground. It's going to pay off. He's able to blink in, take out Kuroki. The decision here to keep the fight going, it's working out for Secret. They've taken out RTW the once. Zai's able to come in with a call. GH, can he offer anything to keep him alive? He cannot. ILTW will fall. Secret, they'll hold their ground here, and they'll finally be able to kick back at Nigma.
The cancel actually works. I was really concerned for Zai for a second, but it ends up working out. Also important, in the midst of the fight, they actually killed the quarterstaff on the courier from the Gyrocopter. That was the finished butterfly already for ILTW. They take that one out in the midst of the fight. Pretty damn important because they are, as we said, mostly physical damage on the side of Secret, so that evasion would have been really effective for him. So a great fight for them to bring them back into this game. Still need another one of those to really feel comfortable.
Yeah, very good fight. So yeah, heads up hold there from Zai, realizing the opportunity to keep that fight going with the respawns coming in from Secret. Works out with that fight in the bag. They're able to get the push on, take that tier 1 finally away from Nigma on the bottom lane, as Secret starting to find themselves some footing here.
And who better to get these cleanup kills, right? Matu, now up to level 18. He's got nearly a full item finished up now afterwards. got the Mjolnir finished, and then also he's got a Javelin now up on his hero where he's going for that MKB because he saw, you know, that butterfly's going to get picked up. He's probably expecting potential halberds maybe later on coming out from maybe the Mars or something like that. So does want to have that extra little bit of Truth Strike. Nisha close to BKB as well. So yeah, that was, I mean, that was absolutely huge. If they lose that fight, it's probably going to be a pretty tough comeback for them, but now they're in a pretty comfortable position here to be playing around this strong Matumba Man Lone Druid.
Zai. Zaiing this up, but there's the gyro in the eye that close to the tower. Not quite confident he'd have the follow-up. Yapzor and Matu already starting to back off.
Still very scary for these supports on the side of Nigma, as we know. If they get caught in the back, if this Lone Druid Bear just wraps them, if the TA jumps them, they can pretty much get one-shotted or just cleaned up in 2 or 3 hits too. So the approach of the fight still has to be very appropriate from Nigma. This Mind Control Mars, he has to be the one leading, or Miracle in particular. These two have to be the ones walking up, getting all the information. They have to watch out for traps is another big thing too. They got to carry tons of sentries this game, because if the supports get seen by traps, that's where it's going to allow the TA and the Lone Druid to thrive.
You go in the mid, Miracle. The aggression over to the side. There he steps in, he instantly gets Hex. Kuro catches him, Nisha's not ready. An instant catch there from Kuro leaves no chance for Nisha to get off his newly purchased BKB. As that's Nisha out for 70 seconds. Nigma's ready to run down for more. They're chasing Puppy up to the high ground. Miracle takes down the Enchantress. Yapzor's gone as well. I guess just being not prepared there for Kuro to make that jump on him. Nisha tries to get the fight started on the front. Kuro instantly sees and finds his target.
Dude, Kuro's having a hell of a game. This early pickup on the Blink Dagger that he got from earlier, also maybe even the Keen Optic catching off Nisha a little bit because that cast range. The spear misses, but doesn't matter. Now up to high ground, Rax is easily going to get cleaned up here.
Absolutely, yeah. Straight up to the bigger objectives. This mid-Rax, it is gone off the back of that quick move from Nigma.
I love the itemization that we're seeing right now, too. Look at this pickup from Miracle. Just AC full finished up before that fight, too, so they just know. There's like no magic damage really going to be coming out from Secret. It's just kisses. That's pretty much it coming from Snapfire. Everything else is physical, so all they really need to do now is just build the counters to that physical, as we're seeing everybody do. Ghost Scepter on GH, I believe Lion. Kuroki also has his Ghost Scepter queued up.
And Miracle's just walking back in.
And Miracle's just running.
I don't mind going for a little bit of a walk outside the base of Secret. There's nothing that bothers me. A few tickles here from Nisha as Miracle is ready to hang around. Okay, that's a bit more than a tickle there. The bear comes in with a claws, actually rips Miracle apart. Matu, he is going to die in return. Mind Control's able to clean up another hit. Zai goes down, but they've lost the claws here. The two of them here on Nigma. Secret, they're going to try and chase for more. And, well, honestly, what a Miracle did go for a little bit of a wander, nonchalantly close to the base. Bit of a mistake. Nisha might have tickled, but Matumba Man's bear, he was hungry, and he ate Miracle right up.
He walks up literally into the high ground pretty blind. They have that, I mean, that ward was actually placed afterwards. They actually had no vision whatsoever. They get the mouth, they get all the minus armor connect, and they actually look at their lanes too. Like side lanes were in a pretty good position for them to back up and clean them up to get some farm, but over aggression does make them pay.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, yeah. And that ward
spear, they shut it off.
They got enough damage here. Not quite, no finger for 50 seconds, so Nisha's more than fine. Easily able to be bounced out there by the cookie from Yapzor. But yeah, again, an additional bit of breathing room here given to Secret. Despite being in this position where they've lost the mid-Rax.
And Roche does respawn right now, so that's going to be a next big point of contention. There's going to be Arena Blood ready, there's BKBs ready. Nisha?
Cookie here to try and break the combo, but Mind Control's in with the Arena. Nisha this time around won't be able to get the BKB up, but Miracle's in with the static link. Nisha's losing damage, he's losing HP. Nisha goes down, so does Yapzor. Again, Kuro's aggression able to force the action, force the kills. As with those secured, indeed, straight into the pit they go with just 3 alive on Secret. Very little to be done about this unless Zai wants to go for the YOLO play.
I think
he might do so here. Blink and BKB.
I think he might just have to. He's out the trap, so let's see if he can try.
He doesn't want to.
Go for it. No.
He doesn't want to. Over towards the mid. RTW checks. They're ready to bring the action straight away. They've caught Matumba Man. Zai's going to come up with the call to try and help out Matumba. He'll get the fear off. They're bringing down RTW pretty low. They'll try to pull those out. He's alive.
He gets the cheese off.
He's able to get off to the side. He gets the cheese off. He's back up to full HP. Oh, beautiful moves here. GH on the IO. They're saving them big time. It's 4 dead on Secret. Miracle's low, but he's going to be okay. Still got an Aegis. He doesn't care. He's ready to walk down mid again. As Nigma, off the back of that move, Roche in the fight. A beautiful move. I believe passing over the cheese there at the last minute, getting him out in time over to the side so he could eat it. The combo plays there. I mean, they're just GH just keeping everybody alive today.
That was so quick the way they passed out. It looked like he was still even taunted for a second before he's actually to get that reload out of there, but does end up surviving from the pass off from the cheese. That was beautiful there coming out from Nigma. And big thing I want to highlight of is one of the critiques that we did have a little bit of Nigma during the DPC season was vision. Ward vision and sentries and all that. Just across the board was a little lackluster sometimes from Kuro. Look at these wards. This game, it's been beautiful. They have a base ward right now, so they're going to be seeing Secret all set up inside of there. This ward in the mid lane is what allowed them to actually go for this relocate play as well. It's been top-notch right now from Kuro today.
Oh yeah, the panel sort of said coming into this, didn't they? Sort of eyes on Kuro, and
yep.
Yeah, this game so far, Kuro absolutely performing.
He is hungry for sure. ILTW now with a full Satanic about to hit 20. Miracle level 20 online. He's got a DD in the bottle. His full BKB inside of his backpack.
And it does just seem, even with the farm that like Matu's got, that sort of that difference between him and the Gyro, the fact that they can easily get ILTW on top of Matuma Man just makes these fights ever so hard for Matu to approach in the manner that he wants to as a lone druid.
And they've got these pretty good counter matchups with the cores and the way that they've itemized. My Control jumps in for a grab. BKB from Zai will stop it for a moment here. But he did not commit the ulti, it was just a spear, so he does force a BKB. So for the next fight, no BKB on Zai. He's gonna get exploded. The mixed physical and magical coming out from Nigma is just a bit too overwhelming. And Secret, as we said, it's only physical damage, so that's all that Nigma has to prepare for, really.
And of course, Miracle still has that Aegis ready for the next fight.
He does. Now they've got this mech 2 on GH also for this little bit of extra burst. And of course, they get a Paladin Sword on LTW.
Yeah.
Of course. Why not?
That's pretty much part of the build here.
And they get the Cloak of Flames on the Mars as well, so that armor plus that DPS to break refraction on top 2. And it seems like they're getting everything going their way this game. Except for a couple of one of those, dive plays, of course, from Miracle jumping up the high ground. But besides that, it's been pretty clean so far from Nigma onto the high ground. This base ward is still there. They did not know about it. This ward is spotting everyone from Secret. Zai waiting. His BKB still down.
He's going to come over the corner, the arena's down. Matu's sending the bear, but the bear gets destroyed. The bear's gone.
There's no extra bear. 20 seconds. That's another Rax.
20 seconds. I mean, you're not holding on to this Rax then.
No, you're not.
Nigma, they'll take their second set very easily. Still a tier 2 top, so Secret will have that to rest on. Nigma, they may even start poking at the tier 4s here.
Yep.
Zai's out for 30. No buyback available on him. He's still a fair bit of gold short of this. Nigma, and looking to close up this game. What can Secret do with the 4 of them? Yapso trying to split them back here with the kisses coming out. See if RTW really cares. I don't think he does. They can come close to him. He's got the Satanic ready to pop if he needs to, and he's got the backup at GH. He trusts his life in the hands of GH, and understandably so. And again, there's the catch. Nisha immediately caught. They'll try and break him out of the combo to the side, but the fingers down. Nisha out of the game. No chance to get that BKB off yet again as Kuro's able to get the catch on him. And there it is. GG is called. Nigma hitting hard with some excellent Dota here in